right, it is the Habibi Show, episode
9.
9. I am Hector Garcia. It's been 2 weeks, Habibi.
I know. I really miss it.
It has been 2 weeks since we've been here on the Habibi Show. I missed you, brother. You have gone away for 2 weeks. I was in Cozumel one week.
That's right.
And then the following week, you were in Cozumel.
That's right.
How have you been?
Amazing. I really missed you. I missed Jack and
Handsome.
and just sitting right here with you. It kind
Yeah.
of like it's like an outlet to any bad feelings I have during the day or
Right.
during the week.
And today we're actually joined. We have a special guest in the house too as well, Brandon O'Valley.
Hi, Brandon.
A lifelong friend of mine here.
He's the only audience.
Live.
You better
recorded
fake.
live in front of a studio audience. Give a high applause.
You better fake laughing.
I'll laugh on all the jokes.
No, but really good friend of mine.
Yes.
One of those that I consider a dear brother to me too as well. He stood at my wedding, and then I stood at his wedding too as well.
And how's your marriage going so far?
It's great.
Okay,
Great.
good.
It's great. But I'm glad to be here. I know the last time we were on the show, we talked about, and you cut us
No
you caught me off
strings.
guard. You
No
caught me off-
strings attached.
No strings attached. We were talking about how, no strings attached
Yeah.
relationships
Yeah.
and how Sammer falls in love with every woman that he holds hands with.
I didn't say that. I said that. Well, anyway, if you want to know what I said, you have to see episode 8 because I don't want to repeat it again.
Well, that episode hit some numbers too as well. You're getting some messages about people following you in Cozumel.
Yes.
And we talked about maybe doing a podcast in Cozumel.
I would love to. We should do it sometime June or July. I would love to.
I mean, we got to look at some dates to do that. And Hanson's on board. I got approval from Eva to go.
No, we want Jack.
Well, okay. Well, actually, you know what? Hanson kind of bailed on us. So,
I
Jack,
know. We want Jack. Would you go to Mexico? Do you have a passport? Okay. It takes 4
Actually-
to 6 weeks.
I had a really close friend of mine. He got his passport in 2 days.
Overnight. That's right.
In 2 days.
Yes.
So it's possible to get it very soon. And he paid $250, $300 for it.
Yes.
2 days.
So come on, Jack. Okay.
There you go. It's a great trip, by the way.
Yeah, we will have fun.
Well, we could. Anyways, people in Cozumel are following us. So
I know.
So want to say hello to everybody in Cozumel.
Hola.
Hola. Is it why don't you do it
Hola,
in Spanish?
Cozumel, Mexico.
Yes, all the people that are following us in Mexico too. You know,
Yes.
that's really cool to see that, and the audience continues to grow. People are telling me too as well, on the weekends and on the streets that they're seeing us. The
But
Habibi
there's
Show,
the other show you have, what? The Grizzy, what?
Grizzlies Hood News.
I'm jealous of that show.
Yeah,
Because that show is doing amazing.
yeah.
And I don't think you pay the same attention to this show, but it's okay.
Well, let's just say I could be myself in your show. How about that?
Okay.
I could be me.
Okay, well, don't be yourself.
have to be politically
it
correct.
looks like it's doing better when you're not yourself. Please be fake, okay?
Something they don't like about it.
Right. I'll try my best, Habibi.
I am very jealous of Grizzy.
Yeah. So today
I
we're
want to meet her.
Well, you will. You will. I talk to her about you all the time.
Well, but I want to meet her.
Yeah, you should.
She sounds like a very nice person. Really.
She is. She's a really great,
Yeah.
down to
With
earth
great
person.
experience.
Very powerful figure here in the
Yes.
Houston market. I've seen some political figures and people in the Houston area that are fearful of her. So she is like the Tony Soprano of news
my
media.
God.
You don't want to cross that line.
No, I'll be very nice. I'll be very polite.
Yes.
No, really, I would
And don't
love
call
to
her
meet
Grizzly. It's
Grizzly?
Grizzy.
No,
Grizzy.
Grizzy. I
It's
said Grizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
people call her Grizzly,
No,
she
she seems
turns
like a
into
very nice
grizzly.
person, really.
Yeah. But no, she's a great person all around. And glad to be a part of that show.
And I'm
too.
glad that show is doing amazing, really. Like
It
it's
is.
on Channel 39.
Yeah, Channel 39.
Every, what, Saturday or
mornings at 9:30.
Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also part of
9:30.
that show. So, but the show that I'm on right now, Habibi Show, I love it because I get to be myself.
Habibi Show
get to be
is-
with you, my brother.
It's on every like month, 5 minutes on like the Disney Channel or something. We want it to be like on the real channel.
No, it's like the overnights, the shows that they show like at 2 in the morning.
Like Girls Gone Wild.
Habibi's gone, Egyptians gone wild.
Egyptians Gone Wild.
No, so today we have a special guest that's going to join us.
Yes, I'm very excited about
his name is
this.
Arthur
Mooradian.
Mooradian.
Yeah.
And he is a senior.
He looks like you.
Yeah, again, just because he's bald.
No. He has a fat face.
Okay, well, just because he's bald and has a fat face doesn't mean that.
He looks like you, really.
Right.
But he's been a friend of mine. We've been friends for like maybe, I don't know, 20 years?
Well, he represents the Berg Hospitality Group,
That's
which
correct.
is
He's,
a very well-known restaurant group here in the Houston area. They
Actually,
own
all over the country.
all over the country.
Yes, I don't know how many restaurants. But
But
in
they're based in
Houston, they
Houston.
have 10.
Yeah, they're based in
At
Houston,
least.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they own B&B Butchers, which
That's
is a
correct.
very famous
And Benny Chow.
Benny Chow's, my favorite
Not
Italian,
Jimmy
my
Choo,
favorite,
like you said.
Yeah, my favorite Chinese restaurant
Yes.
here in Houston. But I'm excited to hear about
Me
his
too. I
background.
think he can. You know, the restaurant business is really, really very tricky business. A lot of people think it's easy, but I hope that he will have some good ideas or feedback about the restaurant industry.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to hear him. B&B Butcher is one of my favorite spots to go for brunch. We've been there before brunch.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. And they have like B&B Italia that's in Sugarland.
Never been.
But when he comes, probably he might shed more light on what they do.
Okay. Today you wanted to talk about.
It's been a kind of weird day
Yeah.
that kind of like made me think about, okay, like what is the goal? Like what's on your bucket list? And I know you're gonna say, oh, you always ask me this, but you're a good backboard to.
See, the thing is, no matter what question Samer or Habibi asks me, he always turns into something really deep with me that
Yes.
gets information out of me.
Because you're a very decent person.
Right. But
And
when I
a lot
ask
of people
you,
can relate to you.
but when I ask you, it's not the same.
Well, you are.
I mean, you're a decent person, but I'm saying,
No, not really.
but
It depends who you ask.
it's a very vague answer.
So what's on your bucket list?
Well,
What is a bucket list anyway?
a bucket list is something, a list of things that you want to do before you die.
Or you think you want to do?
You think you want to do.
Because
I
I,
mean-
think the bucket list keeps getting updated
Well,
as we get older.
you're in your 70s and 80s, so you're close. Have you accomplished?
I think I put too much rum in his Coke.
He did. By the way, he put nothing but rum in my Coke.
Salud.
Salud. So no, have you accomplished? You're a good 20 years ahead of me.
Look, I tell you, 20 years.
Yeah,
What 20?
you are.
But I mean, no, my bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm very proud to say
Sure.
that as life goes on and your bucket list keep getting adjusted as we get new ideas or. So yes, I can say that I've done a lot of the things that I really wished to do when I was little. Plus, I acquired more ideas as I got older too.
Yeah.
The question I have is, what do you do when you get to that one thing in your bucket list and it's not what you thought it would be?
Right.
What would you do then? I don't know. So what would be something that's on your bucket list
Well,
that
did you tell
haven't
me a
done
story
yet?
once that one time you reached the mountaintop and what's next? Like you start thinking, okay, once I reach this, I climb the mountain. You use an
Yes.
analogy. You're kind of like you're full of analogies. Right. You're a man of wisdom.
It's
So-
allergies.
Huh?
Is that what you I'm full of allergies, not an allergy. That's a
Well, your
different thing.
allergies too.
Yeah. No, but really,
Right.
what is one thing, because you're younger,
Uh-huh.
so what is one thing on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Well, now on my bucket list is to get some property in Mexico.
Really?
Yes.
And,
I want to do that in 2 years.
and why is that? What do you think that will do to you?
What would that do for me?
Yeah.
Well, revenue, source of revenue too as well.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's a good thing to have a Airbnb vacation rental in Mexico, very similar to how you guys have it down there in Cozumel. And then always, obviously, a place to always go and stay. And even though I know I stay at Casa
Mi casa
Blanca.
es tu casa.
Thank you. I know
Yeah.
our place
Of course.
in Cozumel.
Of course.
However, I do want another place that I can make some additional revenue. And then if your place if the Casa Blanca is booked, you could roll over some people over to.
But beside revenue, let's say a bucket list of something that you wanted to do.
Okay. Me
Like
and
on a
Eva,
personal- yeah.
Europe. We're going to.
Yeah.
We're going to Europe. That was a bucket list thing.
Really?
Yes. So in 2 months, me and Eva will be going.
Where in Europe?
We're going to Spain, France, and Italy.
So what if you go to Spain, France, and Italy, and you think
It's not all that.
This is not really what I thought. Then what do
I
you
think
do?
it's the accomplishment of doing it, of getting to that place, of being able to get to that place. Me and Eva, we were just talking about the other day, is that when we first got married, we sometimes even when you get older and you start becoming more successful in things, we were the storm happened this past week.
Yeah, that was horrible.
was
I
really-
hope everybody's okay.
Yeah, you guys were okay during the storm. Yeah, everybody
That was like
okay.
a
There's
mini
some-
hurricane.
Yeah, it was.
Unannounced.
Have you gone through the heights?
No.
I just drove through the heights just today, and it looked like a hurricane. And there's trees down everywhere. It's just right down the street from here. But with people still without power here in the Houston area, 200,000 people plus right as of this recording. Me and Eva were kind of thinking about how we were lucky that we didn't lose any power,
That's right.
but some of our friends and family were with days without power, and we started thinking about when toughing it out, and how when me and her were younger and we were first married and just had two little kids running around, and we would daydream and we would go driving around these really nice neighborhoods, and these nice neighborhoods we would just daydream, just driving around, like kind of like window shopping, and hoping that we would get a house like this. We were living in a really poor part of town of Houston. Me and Eva couldn't afford baby wipes. And what we would do is we would get the napkins. Sammer thinks I'm BSing. But we would get the napkins, like paper towels, and we would boil it with baby oil because we couldn't afford.
You're gonna make me cry.
That's
now.
true.
You're
That's
gonna
where
make
we
me
came
cry.
from.
This is a horrible,
It's
horrible life.
It's, but
I can't afford toilet paper.
no, we couldn't.
What?
We
You
couldn't.
couldn't afford toilet
we
paper.
couldn't. We were very
Toilet
poor.
papers.
No, wipes for babies.
Sorry. I
Wipes.
thought you mean toilet paper.
Well, in Cozumel, in your house, you had to do.
No, you use
what do
old
you call-
socks.
What do you call it? What do you call it? The bidet. You had the bidet that you use.
Bidet, bidet, not bidet. What are you talking about?
The bidet.
Not bidet.
The bidet.
I think the rum is working.
Yes, you have the bidet.
Yes.
But to being able to go from a.
Okay, let me ask you
Well, let me
something.
finish that story. Let me finish the story. But we would drive around in those days, daydreaming of living in these neighborhoods, and today we live in those neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And we drive a very nice car, something that we used to dream about, and that was a bucket
So
list.
that's
to
a
get
bucket
to that.
list,
It was a
that's
bucket
right.
list is be able to get to
Do
that
you
place.
have a bidet?
And you know what's crazy? No, we don't. But that's next. we
Okay,
have,
well, I
we
want
have
to
a
ask you
couple
something.
of Mexico.
I want to ask you something. So a bidet, I mean, most people know what's a bidet, right? It became even more popular after COVID because people couldn't find toilet papers in grocery stores. So a bidet idea, it's all over the world except in America.
Yeah.
But my question is, if you're changing your kid's diaper, a little bit of poop got on your hands,
Right.
how do you clean it?
Wash it off.
Exactly.
Right.
You don't just go with a piece of paper like this and that's it.
Right. True.
So why don't you use a bidet when you go to the restroom?
I don't. I'm not.
Right?
I'm not
Doesn't that
disagreeing.
make sense?
I agree.
So do you have one at home?
No.
No, okay, I know what to get you now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna buy you.
That's on my bucket list.
I'm gonna buy you one. Actually, I have one that is electric.
This is a disgusting story.
No,
But I'm gonna tell you
it's-
something.
It's electric.
We were in Cozumel 2 weeks ago, and we were at the landmark.
Not at Casablanca.
Not at
Because
Casablanca.
Casablanca, there are bidets.
Yeah, we were at
Yeah.
Anis's place. By the
Sorry.
way, God bless you, Anis. Thank you so much for letting us stay there.
But
And
no bidet.
I was there. My mom's she's an older woman, and she's up there. And anyways, and I'm calling her out. So I'm there. We're unpacking things, and I heard her scream. And I heard her go, ah! And I asked my aunt. I asked my stepdad. I said, what is my mom doing? Why is she screaming? And my stepdad said, she discovered the bidet.
And once you discover bidet, you can't be without it, really.
That's pretty gross, though.
No, it's
Right.
really
no,
good
I know, but I
thing.
didn't want to hear my mom scream.
No, but
story.
really, you don't
Yeah.
have one at home?
No.
I'm going to
No.
buy you one.
That'd be great.
There is one that is
Do any
the...
of you guys have bidets? You do?
Of course, look how clean it is.
No, I use.
Look
I
at the
use-
difference between
No,
him
no,
and
no. But
Brett.
I use man wipes. No, I have man wipes.
No,
dude wipes. I have
but
dude wipes.
No, that's not the same.
Dude
No,
wipes. I have dude wipes.
the
in
one
my
I
truck.
have,
I have dude
it's-
wipes here, but they use them out so really quick.
No, the one I have,
We
it
used to have
has hot
stacks of them.
water
Yeah.
It's electric.
Uh-huh.
It has hot water and cold
Hot
water.
water. Wow.
And the seat, what do you call it? The thing on the seat cover, it is heated. So when it's cold,
So,
you're
Jack,
very comfortable.
The bidet. How long have you've used it?
A COVID thing, so.
COVID.
Yeah, after COVID, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not a bucket
Yeah.
list. That
Well,
would be
no,
amazing.
you brought it up, not me.
Uh,
No, but I'm saying the whole bucket list thing was like, I think that I've knocked some things out. Like bucket list also was to, even in business,
Yeah.
there's a bucket list there, is to have a successful business. I still feel like I'm just getting started here in business, but to see where we are today here at Brand Nation and how far we've come along, we have 18, 20 employees on
I
board.
know you guys did good, but not just how many employees, the quality of employees.
The quality
you have.
employees, yes. And not, it's having numbers. Numbers is not everything, but we have a phenomenal group of people that work here.
Yes.
We have national brands that we're reaching out to or we're working with, and we've come a long way in the 12 years. I think that's a bucket list there. Having Eva come on board and work here at Brand Nation full time and soon, hopefully we'll get to cross that off too as a bucket list. So
You know what? Really, it's important for me as a bucket list. A lot of things I've done and accomplished, and I'm very proud of what I've done, and also what helped me do it.
right,
But I'm always in search of a partner,
hmm
female,
okay,
that's kind
okay,
and sweet
sure.
and loving. And I think I found that person. This rum is good.
You say that every week.
No,
We
know what?
we can go back on every
you're
episode.
messed up. No. This time I think there is
And
something
who
different.
is this special person?
No, I can't say that. I mean, I can't say that.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'm very happy.
Okay. Good.
I can just say that. I am very happy.
What part of the world is she from?
You're
This is-
gonna
this is-
narrow it down.
This is Mr.
You're
Mr.
gonna narrow
Worldwide
it
right
down.
here,
You're gonna narrow it down. Well, actually, she's from Iran.
huh? Okay. Oh, by the way, what do you think about the Iranian president?
Well, I mean, maybe this is a conversation for later because we're gonna talk to Arthur about that. But well, I don't know. I think politics is dirty.
Well, the Iranian president died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Some
do you,
people say he's killed.
do you think it's for the better of the country? I'm not saying that it's good for anybody who died,
Well,
but
no, the system is the same. When you change names and people, it's not a big deal.
it's kind of a
The
scary
system
situation.
is the same.
though.
The system is the same. It doesn't change.
Okay.
But going back,
See the love of your life,
well, I am very excited.
Okay.
Let me just put it this way.
and she's Iranian.
That's correct.
Iranians are beautiful culture, beautiful people too.
Never
So
mind the culture. She's a beautiful girl.
No, the culture of the Iranians.
Who cares about the culture?
No.
It's good food. Yeah, for
Right.
sure, it's good food. Yeah.
But Habibi, I'm gonna step out, and I'm gonna let the special guest join us. Arthur from the Berg Hospitality Group join us.
That's right.
Habibi, until next week.
Okay.
I'll see you then. Thank you guys for joining in, and I'm gonna step out now.
If you want to be on the map for your own business, whether you're a dentist or a lawyer or a hotel or any kind of business or a restaurant, talk to Brand Nation because they really put you on the map. They make you up to date to what's going on with social media and technology, and they just make you look good. No matter what you do, Brand Nation will put you on the map that everybody will know about who you are. At least it will open up the door for you to be part of that pie of that market. So if you want to have a bigger market share, talk to Brand Nation. They will do it for you. Plus, also, if you want to go to a nice restaurant, just look up Arthur Mooradian, Moordian. I'm sorry, Mooradn. IN. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't speak Iranian, but I mean, I am learning now. But really, Brand Nation is just an amazing partner. Well, I would like to introduce my long time friend and brother, and really an amazing guy all around. Arthur Mooradian with the Berg
Hospitality, yeah. Hospitality
and,
Group.
So much experience. Arthur's just so much experience in the restaurant industry. And I'm sure a lot of people would like to know, what is that industry? It's very intriguing because many people think it's easy, but then it's one of the most risky industries.
Yeah.
So first, hi Arthur.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
coming.
it.
Really, that makes.
First
of all, you're much better looking than Hector. even though they
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We both have the same haircut, so.
So really, thank you for being here.
No, thank you for having me. I'm excited for you. I'm excited about this podcast you're doing. I've seen it pop up on social media here and there, and got to listen to a few episodes. And
you were like,
you and
what
Hector
the hell
did a great
is Sarah
job.
doing?
And
That's so stupid.
I think it's fantastic. No, you're doing a good job.
Thank you very
I love
much.
it.
So tell us, what is your background? What's your experience in business, at least?
You know, I was born in Iran. And,
what?
Yeah, I was born
No
in
way.
Iran, and then I moved when all the revolution happened. I grew up in Spain and went to an American school there, and then ended up coming to U.S. Gosh, about 30
How
something.
old were you when you went to Spain?
I was 10 years old when I went to Spain.
Wow. So most of your adult life is in Spain.
Yeah, I mean, I did middle school and high school in Spain. You know, your most important times of
Yes.
your life, right? It was in Spain growing
Like
up.
your first girlfriend.
First girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, first.
What was her name?
First,
What was her name, Arthur?
Well, I take it back. My first girlfriend was in Iran.
At 10 years old?
I think I was like 5
They
years
start
old.
really early.
Yeah. So my mom used to be a dance teacher
Oh.
in Iran, and so she would teach. Obviously, all her students were young girls, right?
Yeah.
So anytime she needed a sort of a male dancer, she would force me to do it.
And you were
And
10 years
I
old?
hated doing it, and I was from starting at age 5, 6, 7, and
Wow.
so. Of course, the only pleasure I got out of it was to be amongst all these girls at that age, even. So that was kind of my growing up, and then moved to Spain and went to an American high school over there, and then ended up coming to. I spent my first 10 years in Indianapolis, Indiana, which was good, and then came to Houston about 20. I think it's about 25 years now. And I think I met you about 23,
I know.
22 years
Yeah,
ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's been a long time.
But you know, you and I look the same.
Yeah. In our own personal view.
Exactly. In our own
Somebody saw us.
eyes,
If somebody saw
we
us
look the
25
same.
years ago and now it'd be different. But yeah, I've been in the restaurant industry for a long time. I ran Sullivan's Steakhouse.
So how
which
did you get in the restaurant industry?
I started out in college? When I was going to school and started, trying to pay my way, being a busser, then a server, then a bartender, then moved into management, and then joined Sullivan's Steakhouse. I joined them in Indianapolis, and then they had opened up the one in Houston. So they asked me if I was wanting to move to Houston, and at the time it sounded good, and so I moved down here. And for those that have been around in Houston for a long time, Sullivan's was kind of the place to go.
Yeah, it was the big event in Houston because they had live entertainment,
live music,
and it was a separate lounge than
Yeah.
the restaurant. It was kind of like a stage, like a theater.
Yeah.
And I met so many famous people there.
Yeah.
I remember meeting Gary Busey.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
You
I remember
remember?
the night he was there. But I always called it the Chuck E. Cheese for adults because it was the one-stop shop.
That's right.
Because you can come in, we had the nice little lounge in the front area with the piano player.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful steakhouse, and then you had your nightclub in the back with the live music. So
What is it now?
the building is completely gone.
There is
now it's
nothing
the
there.
parking
Oh,
lot. It's a
yeah.
parking lot.
So I want to ask you something. The restaurant business, everybody wants to be, I can open a restaurant, right? And
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
you see that a lot.
yeah.
What is the biggest misconception about restaurant business?
The biggest misconception is how easy it is to make money.
How easy,
It is to make money.
but is it also easy to lose money?
It's very easy to lose
Yeah.
money. The margins in the restaurant business are very small, and a lot of people don't understand that. People that have never been in the restaurant business, they think because they look at a cocktail, for example, right? So most restaurants charge anywhere between $15, $16 for a cocktail. And then they do the math in their head. Well, I can buy this bottle for $20, and that's
like
I'm
4
making like
glasses
5
or-
times, 6 times my
Yeah,
drink,
yeah.
right? So from that perspective, it seems like a lot of money, but they don't take into account all the expenses that are involved, from labor, from rent specifically, lease, that goes into it. I mean, as a restaurateur, if you can be at a 10% margin, you're doing great. Most are around 5-6%. There's some really good ones that are above 10%. But there is a big misconception that the restaurant industry is easy.
But is it
And-
true that most restaurants close down in the first 6 months?
Yeah, that's because, again, it's
Yeah.
the lack of experience thinking that they can do it. And it's usually people that have extra money that want to invest into something that they've never done before, or people that just want to have that brag and right about, I own this bar, I own this restaurant, or whatever the case may be. And so it ends up failing. So
Well, I want to ask you something. You're a big shot in this company.
I don't know about that.
No, we just read his like regional vice president. Right?
Well, senior vice president, yeah.
Sorry, senior. That's even
Yeah.
bigger than the regional vice president. So, how is your love life?
I can tell you this.
Because you work a lot.
It's not anywhere close to yours. Not even remotely close to yours.
No, because what I mean is like your job is your life, really.
Yeah, I mean it's demanding. It's you're working all the time, so yeah, I don't have the luxuries of
Of a limo company
a
owner.
limo company or the luxuries of being in love, occasionally. But yeah, so my love life is lived through you vicariously. So I just listen to your stories and I enjoy them. So
Thank
especially
you.
now that you have the podcast,
You know-
I can listen to it every week now.
Not everything you hear is true. Business is business
I'm
anyway.
with you.
But like for example, like you spend. I know you personally, and I know how much you're dedicated to this industry. But we were talking earlier about bucket list. What's on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
For me, I love to travel. So travel is a big thing. I haven't had a chance to go to the Far East. I'd love to go and travel to the Far East.
It's too far.
Yeah, but that's the whole fun.
I mean, I just don't know how I can blend in China. I mean, I would
Well,
look
you're
like
not
a
going to go there
very
to blend
foreigner.
in. You go in there to see and to see the culture and see the history that exists in that part of the world. I think to me that's one of my biggest bucket lists is to eventually at some point travel to the Far East. Outside of that,
Would you
I
go
still
back
want
to
to
Spain?
I haven't done skydiving. I want to skydive.
Skydiving?
Yeah, that's on my bucket
I would
list.
never do skydiving.
That's one of the
That's
things
a
I
bad
really want
idea.
to do. No,
That's a
I
very
think-
bad. What if the thing doesn't open?
Listen,
There is a
when it's
parachute,
time
right?
when it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
could be
wa-
walking
I don't
across
wanna
the
go like
street.
that.
Yeah, I'm with you, but that's
Skydiving.
quicker way. Yeah, I really want to do
skydiving,
that.
That's good.
Going back to Spain, I mean, I go back to Spain regularly to visit my mom.
You
She
still your
still
mom
lives
is there,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. And your sister?
my sister's still there, so I've got family there. Would I eventually
Live in Spain?
live in Spain? I would love to. Yeah.
Really?
But my biggest challenge is I've got 2 daughters that are here with me, and so
and they're beautiful daughters.
And
really.
I don't-
The two
I wouldn't-
daughters are amazing.
they would have to come with me because
That's
I wouldn't
right.
want to be away.
And that's not
so,
gonna happen.
And that's not going to happen.
That's not gonna
So I think I'm stuck here, or at least where they're going to be is where I'm
But
going to be
you know,
stuck.
living in America is amazing too.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just that maybe people overseas or other countries they get to relax more. The pace here is just very
Yeah.
very fast.
I think the difference is somebody once told me that in the U.S. you work to live, whereas in other countries in Europe and some of the Middle Eastern countries, you live to work. So
Yeah.
life takes precedent over
That's
work.
right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's a 40-hour work week. It's Monday through Friday. It's even if you own your own business. Especially in European countries, like Catholic European countries, I mean, Sunday, it's just nobody works.
Yeah.
You're right. And so in the U.S. though, you're constantly chasing the dollar.
That's right.
Right, and in Europe you just don't do that, so it's a little different. But yeah.
That's very true. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm really confused. You look exactly the same.
I got to grow the beard. I don't have the beard
Well,
yet.
so let me ask you something. You lived in Spain until
Yeah.
how old? How old were you?
I was there. I left when I was 19.
So you remember
Yeah.
very well.
Oh yeah.
What do you think is the difference between a Spanish girl and an American girl? Then
well-
and now, because now is different.
I would say, I mean, back then, Spanish. Well, back then, I mean, you had no social media. You had
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, I'm so glad social media didn't exist when I was younger, or you were younger.
It's nice. There's a lot of like apps like OnlyFans. It's not bad. We could have.
I haven't ventured into that yet, but
So what do you think is the
I think,
main difference?
I mean, back then, and you know, in Europe, I mean, in Spain specifically, they're very religious. I mean, they're not as I guess. Back then, maybe I was naive because the girls I related to were, you know, my age.
And you thought if a
And
girl
so-
doesn't want to, that means she's religious.
Well, most of them, you know, was back then you had to marry them before you could do anything, and it was just it's a different mindset.
Yeah.
You know, I remember living in Spain, and you know, I went to an American school, so we used to get visitors come from the U.S. and anytime
Yeah.
we had like American girls
And
come
you spoke
over,
English
I spoke
in Spain,
English
yeah.
perfect, yeah. So anytime we had American girls come over, we're like,
It's our third time.
so we never really actually got involved. We never got.
Yeah.
I mean, my school was an American school, but it was strictly European, Scandinavians. There was a lot of Scandinavian girls, and so you know, I lived in a tourist town. So in the summertime, it was flooded with tourists.
Yeah.
And so that was
What
always our
town
fun
was
time. In Malaga, South Coast.
Oh yeah, is that an island?
No, it's just right at the most southern tip of Spain.
Oh okay.
So
But it is a tourist
it's
destination.
a tourist destination.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you know, summertime it was crazy. I mean, we loved hanging out there. You know, some of the best times of my life were at the summertime in Spain. So
So what do you think is the major difference between living in Spain and living in America?
well,
As a man.
just lifestyle in general. I mean,
Yeah.
Europe, especially again, going back to those southern Mediterranean countries like Italy and Spain and Greece, it's very laid back. I mean, the
Yeah.
lifestyle there can be very addictive as far as how laid back it is, right? And people actually enjoy life. They
Yeah.
take the time to spend time with family. They take the time to spend time, you know, with friends. You know, Sundays is a big deal. I mean, everything shuts down on Sundays for the most part. So here it's constant go.
The competition
right?
is very tough here.
So it's a completely different mindset.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you grew up over there. You
I grew up in Egypt.
yeah. So it's very
Alexandria,
similar.
very
Yeah,
similar.
Very similar.
Atmosphere like
Yeah.
Mediterranean
Yeah.
atmosphere. People are laid back and they value their leisure time.
Yeah.
They really value.
How old
But
were you when you left Egypt?
I was 22,
Yeah. So very similar in age.
just after college.
Yeah.
I went to the Navy.
There.
I've never been on a boat, but I was in the Navy. I was the karate instructor.
I remember that. I remember you telling me
Yeah,
that.
I was kind of like badass, you know.
You're still a badass.
Well, now I have a gun. That's better than
It's a
any
smart
martial
way.
art. Yeah.
But you came straight to Houston?
I came to L.A.
You went to LA?
I went to see my older brother. I stayed with him, Mike,
Yeah.
in Orange County. It was really, it was the America that I saw on TV.
Yeah.
You know.
See, for me, it was
and then
different.
I
Yeah.
come to Houston. It's nothing like the America I saw on TV. It was
Yeah.
very different, you know.
It's funny you say that because I landed in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it was nowhere close to the America
We
that I
went
saw.
together, you remember, for
We
the
went to-
Indy 500. Yeah, we
but
went together.
when I
there.
first landed there, it was nothing
Yeah.
like what I'd imagined because you're thinking New York City,
Yes, or,
L.A., skyscrapers, you know, all this, nothing.
But like
Flat
Farrah
as it can be.
Fawcett.
Yeah, that too. There was no blondes over there, I can tell you that.
But I tell you what, I went to, like, when we went to
Indianapolis,
Indiana
yeah.
for the Indy 500, the girls were beautiful, but they had, like, big
Well, those
hands
were-
and big feet.
Those were imported, probably. Yeah.
I don't know
Probably
why.
imported girls, but
You
yeah.
know, they were, like, very, like, they were, like, big.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's the Midwest, I guess.
Yes, the girls were like very pretty, but like big feet. I think they were Firebirds. Did they work
Probably,
like in the fields?
They work in the cornfields probably up there. There's a lot of
Cornfields.
cornfields over there, so they probably do that, and they
You know,
probably
I'm
work
sorry,
on
but-
they probably work on cars too.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know.
that rum is very good.
But yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: you dine out quite a bit, right?
Yes.
I mean,
And I love your restaurants. BB Italia, B&B
yeah.
Butcher,
Annabelle.
Benny Chow.
yeah, Benny Chow's,
Benny
Annabelle.
Chow, I'm telling you. Benny Chow, we were together there. Benny Chow is really one of my favorite restaurants.
Good.
It reminds me of like the Chinese restaurants in Vegas.
Yeah,
Very similar
Yeah.
atmosphere. It's not like the Chinese restaurant you go. Like
yeah. It's a little bit more upscale Chinese,
It
and
is
as far
the
as the
service
decor.
is amazing. This is not a commercial,
Yeah.
but this is the truth. If you really want to impress a date at a Chinese place, because Chinese food is
Yeah.
really good, but this is very elegant Chinese
No, for
restaurant,
sure.
really, and the service was amazing.
Yeah,
But also, I like BB Italia.
BB Chow is good. Yeah, Annabelle's great. You need to go try.
I've never been to Italy, but I've been to Turner.
Turner's.
That's
yeah.
one of your
That's one of our
restaurants,
restaurants.
They had the Frank Sinatra guy.
Yeah. I remember
I tell
when
you
you
what,
went.
that
yeah.
was an amazing
Yeah.
evening. I really had a great evening with this guy. He looks just like Frank Sinatra, and he
Sounds
sounded
just
like
like
Frank
him.
Sinatra.
Yeah,
Yes,
we got to
sir.
bring him back again.
Turner's and Galleria. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like the first floor is something, or the second floor.
We
is
got
something.
Annie. The
Yeah.
Annie's on the second floor, and then the first floor is Turner's.
So Annie is
and-
part of the.
Yeah, Annie's
Berg-
part of our group.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a speakeasy called Emilia's, which is like a Cuban speakeasy. That's on the backside of Annie. And then we just opened up Prime 131, which is
What is
an
a Prime-
amazing
what? Prime
steakhouse.
what?
Prime 131.
Prime 131.
Yeah.
Like
So
131.
yeah,
Like
131.
131.
131.
Okay.
And the story behind that is, B&B Butchers was Ben Berg's first restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And his most popular table at the restaurant is table 131. And so Prime 131 is an open fire kitchen. So it's an open fire grills. The kitchen is completely open, and has a bit of a stadium seating. So there's not
Yeah.
a bad seat in that restaurant.
Stadium
Every
seating
table,
at the restaurant.
yeah, it's only 2 levels, but
Oh, okay,
there's not a
okay.
bad seat in that restaurant.
yeah.
So no matter where you sit at Prime, you can see the action in the kitchen, and you can see everything happening around you. And
Well,
so
we need to do the
we came up with
podcast
Prime.
from there.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah, where's it at?
It's,
Oh, where's it
right
at?
It's on 11th Street, Timber Grove area.
What's
Yeah, it's great.
11th
We're not
Street? Where's that? Like
11th
downtown?
Street. No, it's Heights.
Oh, okay.
We're not open for lunch, so we can definitely do a podcast out of there.
If you guys are open to it.
You
Yeah.
want to do a podcast from there?
We can try to make it happen.
Does
yeah.
that mean free dinner?
Yeah, sure. We'll send
nowadays always-
we'll send you free appetizers as long as you talk about it on air. We'll be good.
No, really. I mean, I've been to most of the restaurants that he runs. Amazing service, really.
I appreciate it.
All right, so whether you're going down Washington Avenue and visiting Benny Chow's, or going to B&B Butchers, or what is it, Prime 131, you're going to need an exclusive transportation company, premium transportation company, that's going to take you from point A to point B all around town, whether you're in Houston, San Antonio, or in Mexico. And that exclusive or premier transportation company is Excelsior Transportation. Excelsior Transportation has been serving many people around the world
Yes.
since 1993, and the exclusive and number one transportation company in the world. Look them up at excelsiorlimo.com. I trust my own family and my kids in their own in the cars with Excelsior Limo, and would not go with anybody else. So make sure you look up excelsiorlimo.com.
Really
The
amazing.
question I was going to ask you is, what do you look at as a guest? Like when you walk
As a
into
guest
a
for a
restaurant,
restaurant?
what's important to you?
Atmosphere.
What makes you go back to a restaurant again?
Atmosphere. The food in most restaurants are good.
Yeah.
Most restaurants you go to, in general, food is good, especially at that certain level. The food is good, but the atmosphere, whether it's a good view
Yeah.
or maybe some music, live music. You know, for many many years, I always thought I would like to have a place, and maybe we talked about it before. I would like to have a restaurant like the '60s in Vegas, where you go sit down, you dress really nice, your date or your wife dressed like really
Yeah.
evening
A
gowns.
supper club.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you go sit down, and while you're eating, there is a show, music, or a magician, or you know, there is nothing like that in Houston, because most of the places in Houston, if you're like 50 or 60 or 45, where would you go? You just go
Yes,
somewhere to
yeah.
eat, and that's it.
There's not too many selections. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I think really a restaurant there used to be a place called the Swiss Chalet. You remember it?
I remember. Well, I've heard of it.
It was on next
I
to
think
the
it was
Houstonian
before
Hotel.
my time when I got here.
That's my time. The Houstonian Hotel was next to the
Yeah.
Houstonian, and that was a place you go dressed nice, and you sit down. There is like really 5-6 course meal, and while you're eating, you get up and dance. There's a live band, and then you sit down and you wear. There is nothing like that in Houston.
Not anymore. There used to be a few places, and
Well, let's
some
do it,
people have
Arthur.
done it. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. I think you will do well,
Yeah.
because the 40s to 60s age bracket, there's really not many places like, okay, like your restaurants are amazing, really, but live music is nice.
So one of the restaurants we're opening up next month, which is it's called Turner's Cut, which is sort of a spin-off of Turner's, is going to be very similar to that. Where
Oh,
it's gonna
really?
be very
Live
nice,
entertainment while you're
upscale,
eating?
dressed up. We're going to have live entertainment
Really?
while you're having dinner, and so
Okay, that's amazing.
I'll let you know about it. When we
I'm
open.
so excited. When do you think that will open?
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to open that up middle of next month. So
Where's it gonna be?
it's going to be actually very close to here. It's going to be on Dallas and Shepherd. It's Autry Park. So
And basically you go sit down while you're eating. There's music.
we
there's
have
a
an
live band,
elevated stage above the dining room,
and people
there's gonna
can
be
get
live
up and
music.
dance while they're
Well,
eating.
there won't be any dancing because the restaurant's pretty
I wanna
small.
dance.
But
Can I
afterwards,
dance?
later at night, you can dance once everybody leaves.
I want to dance.
we can find room for you to dance.
Well, a couple of
But yeah, it's
drinks, I'll
gonna be
dance.
it's gonna be live music.
You've
Yeah,
seen me dance at restaurant
yeah.
before.
I've seen you dance.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I've seen you dance in a lot of places. Yes, but yeah, this is going to be really nice. It's going to be very
Yes.
similar to what you're talking about.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that there is a lot of there's a definite lack of places for
Yes, for the age bracket of 40 to
yeah.
60.
In
or
your age
70.
group, I'd say, not
In
mine,
my,
yours.
in my age group. You see, there is a lot of similarity between you and Hector. You look the same and you have the same bad attitude. So that's good. No, actually, Arthur is one of those people that I've known for like you
long
said,
time,
20-something
yeah.
years. And you're just an amazing guy.
No, I appreciate
Really.
it. I appreciate
And
it.
the
So are
business you run is really, really amazing.
No, you were too. And, we always talk about, your energy. Even my daughters. I mean, my daughters, they're like, if I tell them I'm going to go see Sammer, they're like, oh, my God. They still
Thank you very
remember,
Yeah.
at one time we were at dinner and you were, telling them jokes or whatever. And, they just love your personality, your sense of humor. And,
Thank you.
we always have a good time when we hang
Thank
out.
you very
so.
much.
Been
Today,
good.
actually, it's funny. I went to my doctor, my primary care physician. He said, oh, you need to go to a doctor to see, maybe you have sleep apnea. I was like, I don't have sleep apnea. Yeah, I snore. Okay, well, many people snore. So anyway, today I went to see him, and he's like, so do you feel sleepy when you talk to people? I said, no, I don't.
As
He
you were
said, "Do
falling
you-"
asleep when you were talking to him?
Yes. I said, no. He said, like, if you sit down doing nothing, do you fall asleep? I said, no, man. The only thing I snore. Can you stop me from snoring? He's like, oh, no, you have to do is, okay, answer these questions. And if you score 10, then you qualify for a sleep study. So I answered. And the question, like, do you fall asleep while watching TV? Well, sometimes I do, but not all the time. Do you fall asleep as you're like in meetings? No, I don't. So anyway, I scored 5. So the nurse said, oh, well, 5 is not enough. You have to score 10. I said, well, what do you want me to do? Like lie? She said, yes. I said, "You want me to lie in the thing?" I said, "Look, here's the form. You answer on my behalf, and then let me know how much I scored." So I mean, is there a cure for snoring? I don't know about that.
Yeah, there is. I did one of those studies once, but
Really? You did the sleep study?
I did. And
Did it help you?
No, it hasn't helped me because you have to wear this mask.
Yeah.
And it's not comfortable. So
I know this guy. I don't want to mention name. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And when he wears it, he looks like a pilot.
Yeah.
I
And
know
it's
that
not
would be
comfortable.
scary.
It's not
No,
comfortable. So
no,
I've tried
no.
it, but so you know what? It's not for me. So I've resorted back to falling asleep while I talk to people.
That's right. It's not. I'm sure it's annoying to the person sleeping next to you.
Yeah.
Do you snore, Hector?
Yes.
And Eva is okay with that?
I have sleep apnea.
Yeah.
And Eva is good with that?
I don't know if she's good with it, but she has to deal with it.
Like,
Yeah.
do you wake up in the morning and she's not next to you because of your snoring?
No, not that bad.
How did that happen to you?
Yeah, it happened to me quite a bit. Even right now, sometimes my kids are in completely different part of the house, and they'll
Because
hear
you
me,
snore.
and because I snore sometimes. And it also depends on how much I drink.
Yeah.
It depends on whether I eat right before
That's
going to
right.
bed.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it depends on how tired you are. So
Well, you know what? You look amazing. You look like you sleep good and you have good rest. So,
I try to be just like you, Sammer.
but thank you very much.
Except for my love life, I just can't even get close to it.
Well, I have to say, I think I'm onto something. You know, I love Iran. Iran is an amazing place. So
It sure is.
Yeah, thank you.
It's worth
Thank
a
you
visit.
for being born in Iran. But really, thank you for being here.
No, thank you. Thank you.
And
This is great
maybe
fun.
next time it will be at that new place.
Let's plan it out. As long as you guys can do this, you can be mobile, and then we can.
No,
make it
actually, we
happen.
need to go to Cozumel. You,
that'd be
me,
even
and
better.
Hector, and Jack.
That'd be even better.
Okay, let's do it.
Good.
But really, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me.
It's
I'm
a
excited
pleasure.
about
You're an
this.
amazing guy,
Yeah.
really. And
So are you.
hopefully we can do this more often.
Yeah, I can come by, and I can't keep up with you, but I can do my best. Hector, I've listened to a few of the shows. I can't keep up with Hector either. But,
I know.
but I'll give it a shot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And Hector, is there anything you want to say?
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, Brendan. Well, I really want to thank everybody for watching today. I hope you guys find some of the information helpful in your business life or personal life. If you're thinking about getting in the restaurant business, feel free to contact Brand Nation. I'm sure they will get in touch with Arthur. Arthur is a great source of information for anybody who wants to get in the restaurant business.
And thank you again for Arthur for coming out and joining us today on the special show. Arthur with the Berg Hospitality Group, who runs.
I think it's Berg.
Berg. Why say Berg?
Berg is the one in Dubai.
Berg.
The Berg. That's the hotel
Berg.
in Dubai.
I'm saying an occasion. I'm saying that with occasion with a
It's
Cajun
the
dialect.
Berg. How
The
do you
Berg.
say it? Berg.
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 The Berg Hospitality Group.
Yes.
The Berg Hospitality Group oversees many great and incredible restaurants here in the Houston area, including B&B Butchers, Biddy Chow's, and they're one of my favorite restaurants here in town.
I'm
So
really excited about the one that he said they will open soon.
absolutely in the Heights on 11th Street.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to. Well, that one's already open. The one right here on West Dallas. Which one's that going to be? What's that? Turner's Cut. Turner's Cut.
Yeah.
With kind of like a dinner and entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. But
Maybe we will get a free drink or something.
free water.
free water. Yeah.
They'll,
And bread.
They'll set us up the podcast in the restroom area.
Yeah, we need to do the podcast from
This is
one of your
mobile.
locations.
Yeah, we could do mobile. We could do
Okay.
mobile. Yeah, we could do mobile. We'll
Cool.
definitely do that. We can even do it before they even open, so that way it's not
Yeah.
too distracting from everybody.
That's right. Yeah.
But thanks again for
Thank
you
you.
guys tuning in. Thank you, Habibi, for an incredible show. Look forward to next week.
Love you,
Love you,
I
brother.
missed you.
Miss you too. Miss you too, brother.